Report section 1 again, alone.
Alone. The same one.
All right, action.
Now let's talk about what we can do to reduce global warming, solve the problem posed by climate change. The easiest thing to do is match the solutions to the problems. Problems being caused largely by carbon dioxide from burning fossil fuels, oil and coal, things like that, natural gas even. Also, there's less absorption of the carbon dioxide that's in the air by trees. Deforestation is taking away the carbon sinks that include forests that absorb carbon dioxide and take it out of the atmosphere. So what are the solutions? Well, let's reduce and stop using fossil fuels, and let's increase the carbon sinks. Let's build up the forests again, the plants that help us moderate our climate. We already possess the fundamental know-how to solve these problems. Oops, I've gone a little too far here. The National Academy of Science suggests establishing a budget for greenhouse gas emissions from now through the year 2050 and sticking to it, even though it would require a major departure from the way the nation produces and uses energy. That's the 2 degrees Celsius pathway. If we were to stop right now burning fossil fuels, make that the peak of our usage, we could taper off slowly. If we were to wait till the year 2020, and we didn't want to increase by more than 2 degrees Celsius, we would have to taper off really quickly 9% a year. If we were to start now, cut our usage by 4% a year, that would work. Wait till 2020, we'd have to cut our usage more than twice as fast. This little video, it's not a flood of water. This is just showing you driving through town in Arkansas that's had an oil spill because of oil and gas production pretty much in their backyard. Oil and gas production, seriously an issue. So we have the solutions at hand. Wind power, wonderful. Check out the size of this wind farm. It's the largest one. It's off London. It's off the coast of London. It can power almost 500,000 homes. Build some solar farms as long as you're doing agriculture. As long as you're out there in the fields, you can get energy from those fields, especially ones that are exposed to sun. Now, as a side note, Britain right now is experiencing climate warming, and people who have been growing wines in France are starting to take their vines and their rootstock to Britain because there's now wine-compatible places to grow wine because of climate change in Britain. So look forward to good wine from Britain. If you're of drinking age, that is, yes. Anyway, solar production. The United States rocks. We are way ahead of the world in producing solar, no wait, hang on. Oh, guess not. China is right ahead of the world in producing solar panels and getting electricity from China. Actually, we're in this blue line. We're doing pretty badly. We really need to catch up. All right. U.S. solar, well, we're doing better. We're definitely picking up. But as you saw, we have a long way to go when it comes to installing solar energy. But solar energy, totally an important part of the solution. Yeah, super. The cost per watt, per megawatt of solar energy is coming way down. So it's going to be affordable for people. Al Gore told a story about how a guy used to go fishing with finally bought solar panels because they came down far enough in price. That was what tipped the balance for him. You can build networks of renewable power that cross national borders, as they're planning to do here in Europe and Africa and the Middle East. And check this out. first time in history, people are investing more money in new sources of renewable fuels than they are in fossil fuels. The green dots here, the green countries, these are places where there are national policies to cap and trade or reduce the emissions of climate warming gases. If California was a country, we'd be green, yay. In fact, well, here's the graph just showing you proposed new coal plants in the United States. But not anymore. Look at all those that have been canceled. That's progress. Sometimes people will say things about fuels that aren't necessarily all backed up. We're green here. We have a renewable portfolio standard in place. A lot of states do. And that's a percentage of new sources of energy have to come from renewable sources by statewide energy policy. Goals are set in all these other states, definitely making progress in the United States. Now what you can do, last few slides. One, speak up. RealityDrop.org is a great place to go. Let me back up for a second. To not let the Nile go unchallenged. You can reuse the reality hashtag, just speak out and counter when you're on your social networks, you're on social media, counter what you hear, what you see, what you read, when you see that somebody is denying the reality of climate change or that we can do something about it. RealityDrop.org, drop down, is a place where you can get pre-made, ready to drop in pieces of responses to deniers. It's all classified. It's a wonderful system. So just drop in stuff from RealityDrop.org. In your own personal lives, make choices that reduce your energy use. Consider the environmental impact of items you buy. Be a good consumer. And just improve energy efficiency wherever you live or in your workplace or in your school. People who have to pay the bills for your energy will thank you. And finally, system choices. Changing laws is very more important. It's very important. More important than changing light bulbs. Sure it is. So the basic legal framework is we want to discourage the use of carbon-intensive fuels. And the best way to do that is to make it cost money. So support putting a price on carbon. Tell your leaders, tell your politicians, this matters to you. Let them know that you'll be watching and reacting to them based on what they do, not just say, about solving the climate crisis. That is all. I thank you for your